Host Destiny Sidwell.
I'm also your host, Sarah Crowley.
And this is Bookmark'd. I don't know what it is, like when you're ending a year, I'm like, wait, am I in 2024 or am I about to be in 2024?
Yeah,
because how relevant is the year?
No, but a video just came on my recommended on YouTube, and it was an old video of, I don't know who it was, but it said 2023 something. I was like, wait. 2023 feels so long ago, but that was last year.
But then again, I don't know, because there are books that I read in like 2023 where I'm like, oh, did I read that this year or did I read that last year? Like, when did I don't know.
That's like books I read in 2022. It feels like I read them 10 years ago. That's another lifetime. Was 2021, 2022.
That's how I feel about 2021. Like, when I go back to like my first like yearly wrap up that I ever posted, I'm like, oh my God, I cannot believe.
I know. Well, welcome back to Bookmark, but welcome to our last 2024 episode, which is insane. I cannot believe it's been a year of doing this. I was going to say weekly, but there's got to be at least 1 or 2 weeks we didn't do. But still, it's been a year roundup, if you will. So
this year has been a year. Gives the same energy as like this movie feels like a movie.
The best part is I stand so hard with Harry that I understand what he was saying when he said that.
No, here's the thing. Me and Sarah have literally talked about this multiple times just in our own conversations, and I'm like, Sarah, you can't say that this man working on this movie for months, being asked what the movie feels like, and he's like, it feels like a movie. Yeah, it feels like a movie.
That whole press tour was such a mess. I was obsessed with it.
Bring it back. I wish we would have had a podcast back then to be going over what was happening with all that drama.
Welcome to our New Year's Bookmark'd Roundup. We've got some questions we'll answer. I asked you guys. You guys gave some good answers for some of them. I can't wait to read them out. Do you have a DOTE today?
I have two, as always. So I know it's been a theme the past few weeks that I've been telling you guys about my water intake and just how it's been so bad. So I decided to make an investment. So I have this.
Oh my God. You're the final boss. We've seen you grow from the first podcast to, guys, she's holding probably the biggest, what brand is that? I can't see the
Stanley.
label. The biggest Stanley cup they probably sell.
It's 64 ounces.
I was going to ask you how your water intake is going. I feel like we're all on this journey now together.
But that's what I mean, and I feel like I had to get this absurd water bottle, and it's just like, it's a real laugh. Whenever I bring it up, people are like...
You need one of those that say like 7 a.m., 8 a.m., like you have to finish it by that time. I used to have
one of those. When I was in high school, I used to have one of those. But I also have, a celebratory...
What is that?
Drink. It's, Welch's sparkling grape juice. It's nothing else.
It looked like you held up a bottle of champagne. I said, damn. Destiny's getting into it this year dinner.
So, guys, we've hit rock bottom when Destiny brings alcohol on the podcast. And this is my one step away from doing it.
I love this. I wish I knew. I don't know what I would have brought, but I would have definitely brought something.
Drinking from the bottle, too, is crazy.
Yeah. We did say last episode we're going to crack open a bottle. Mine, going back to my roots, I have a watered down coffee. You're going to hate this because I got this coffee, I think I ordered it around like 9:30. And it was like halfway so watered down, but I really wanted to drink more, so I added more ice to it. So it looks full again, but I already drank half of this. It's just watered down with ice.
Ew. That means ew. The fact
it tastes so good.
Full, ew. You're such a liar. That does not taste good.
It's a hazelnut. It's just a hazelnut latte. It was delicious. It is delicious.
Everyone should do the coffee ice cubes. Like, even if you want to, or at least give the option, like, if you want to charge more for the coffee ice cubes, I think that this is something that should happen in 2025.
There is the place near me that we go to that has coffee ice cubes as an option in case it gets watered down. But I've never had them before. But it's a genius idea.
Yeah, especially for you, of all people
on
this world.
I don't get coffees enough, I feel like. And also, if I have that much caffeine on top of the caffeine, like, I'm good. I think I'd start shaking violently.
Aww.
Aww. I have a panic attack. Aww.
I was just imagining like Sarah as a chihuahua and she's just like nervously shaking. Like how chihuahuas do. They just sit there and shake.
Yeah, that would be
Isn't
me.
that kind of concerning?
I feel like Sachi does that. Like, Sachi reminds me of like, she has mannerisms of a cat and, like, a chihuahua sometimes. Before we get into our roundup, we have our news. You already know our news, but starting in January, we're going to be doing kind of like I don't want to call it a book club, but we'll just be choosing a book between Des and I, whether it's a new release or both on our TBRs, or if you guys give us some ideas, and we're going to spend that month reading it. You guys can read along with us, or if you've read it, you can wait for the episode to come out, and then we've decided the first episode of each month will be the episode about the book that we've chosen, and then we'll tell you the book for that month. If you're wondering, the book we've chosen for February... I can't even get through it.
You got it.
For January, our first...
No, actually, we're just going to skip straight to February, though. We're just going to act like... Because we're all so scared of those resolutions failing, we're just skipping to February.
Yeah, January has a lot. Yeah, take a drink every time I mess up a word or we mess something up. Our first book for January is going to be Fear the Flames. Mm-hmm. I think it's part of an unfinished fantasy series, a romantasy series, so... Yup. If you, I know it's been popular recently, so if you've, hype me up. If you've read it, we're going to have it'll be spoiler episodes, so you can tune into that, but if not, you can read it along with us, and yeah, wait for the episode will come out the first Thursday of February, will be that one, and then we'll announce the book for February, and so on. So this will be fun. We'll all get together and chat about a book for an episode. I hope you guys are excited.
True. Mm-hmm. Second what she said. You tell him.
Okay, so now into our roundup. We have some favorites we're going to chat about from this year of Bookmark'd, and also we're going to round into our goals that we talked about in January, and have we met our goals? Huge question mark. Okay.
Huge sad face.
Huge what?
Huge sad face, probably.
Okay, our first one is favorite episode, or plural episodes, of the year between us. And then I also asked you guys, and you guys gave some of your favorites. I have some, like, top favorites from everyone. Would you like to go first?
I am trying to remember everything we've made episodes about this year, because we were literally just talking about the years and splitting the years, so it's hard to keep track of everything that we've done. I would have to say our 1 year episode, just because it's sentimental, and that's when we released all of our stuff, and that's when we started season 2 of Bookmark'd. Some of you guys didn't think we'd make it here, and I clocked that, by the way. You guys are not going unnoticed. Notice that you're still listening, though. Love you, queen. Don't know what y'all are doing, but we love you. I would say that one. And it's hard to pinpoint down episodes for me, because I feel like I have just, like, favorite moments.
Oh, yeah, we can definitely get to that. I have a couple that stuck out. So,
okay.
I liked our Galentine's one, because you got us the shirts that said...
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, the Delulu shirts.
Yeah, the Delulu shirts are really fun. Still have that, still wear that to bed sometimes. And then also the 1 year Bookmark'd, because that was just a big milestone, and our merch and everything, that was just a big moment. And then when Torture Poets Department came out, I think just everyone talking about it, us dissecting it so intensely.
But what's painful about it is I'm like, we probably should have waited. Because, like, we're, like, really looking into it. We're, like, after some listening time, like, you get what the song's about naturally. And I feel like we were just, like, really looking into it off the bat.
But it was,
probably
like,
should have.
It's a memory, though. Like,
no,
we'll
but
always
us not knowing that it was about Maddie Healy. Us assuming everything was about Joe.
But we weren't the only ones. Everyone was on board with us, so it's okay.
True.
And then I think just any episode we filmed in person together, or like with Rachel, and in person, like taking her trips to each other, are some of my favorites. Because there's nothing like yapping next to each other face to face. Okay, and now we have some top favorites from everyone that sent them in. I actually screenshotted these when I was sitting in the car. I was parked in the car, And you know when you screenshot in CarPlay, you screenshot and also screenshots.
Oh, yes.
So after every single screenshot is what I was listening to.
Oh, okay. You know what? Hell yeah.
Okay, so some of the top favorites that you guys have sent in that were yours. The Tortured Poets ones, because they also felt... Someone said they felt like a professor dissecting the songs. Valid. Me too. A lot of people liked the nostalgia episode, which that one's funny because it wasn't supposed to be a nostalgia episode, but it ended up being a nostalgia episode.
It was not... You know what? Happy accident sometimes. That one was supposed to be like a Scary Stories episode. Literally.
Yeah, we didn't get that far. And then everyone said... The Halloween one, someone said something about seeing Reba and Pitbull together just hits different, which... God. That was funny. A lot of people loved the Rachel one, Rachel Lore.
Oh, yeah. Shout out, Rachel.
Shout out, bestie Rachel. And then the one where you made up the entire Harry and Niall fanfic about me.
Oh, my
was
God.
mentioned
I forgot
a lot.
That was here. I forgot that was this year.
Yeah. And then the last one...
was, like, insane that I did that just, like, on the spot. Like, that was just, like...
It was in-depth, too. Like, you wrote a whole novel, start to finish. You had the plot down. It's like you were, like, secretly writing it. Like, do you have this written? Are you on Wattpad?
No one has to check my hard drives. That's not in there.
If someone's reading Wattpad stories and they come across one eerily similar, you know where it came from. And
if Sarah has a picture and she's the FMC, just...
Keep scrolling. Don't look too far into that. And then the last one were the Bookish Jeopardy and the games that we did. The game show I would want to be on is Family Feud. That's my favorite one.
Oh my God. I think I've shared this before that literally I used to watch like Family Feud funniest moments and like laugh
I love
at them
those.
so hard. I would laugh so hard at them.
There's that side of the spectrum, and the other one is watching America's Got Talent, like Golden Star, Golden Buzzer ones. I cry to those.
Hey.
They make me sob. that was X Factor.
I know, but it just reminded me of it, and I had to do it.
Destiny has... One thing Destiny learned this year is the One Direction lore, and their performance on X Factor with the shoulder, and when Niall goes like this with his hand.
I love when people post a clip, because it's so bad.
It's so funny.
And people are like, Harry was not going back to that bakery. Like, he was like, I'm going to make this work.
And he did.
Niall, I think we've literally talked about it. Niall just looks so happy to be there, and I love that for him constantly.
The whole time the band was a thing, and still to this day, he's been the happiest to be there. But
shout out Niall.
One of Harry's concerts, someone had a sign to do the X Factor shoulder, and he did it, which is so funny.
I was literally about to say he needs to put that into a routine somewhere. Now I have to go look that up.
Yeah, you have to find it. It's really funny. Circling back, I liked when we did the... Sorry. I said circling back like a teacher.
So anyway, Destiny, shut up. Circling back to what we were just on.
I didn't know how to say another one of my favorites, so I had to say circling back. Because I've been thinking about it when we said the games. I liked when we fan casted the books because we both did the same books, but seeing how like two people like interpreted it, I like that one.
Yeah.
And I'm so bad at like actors and actresses, so that research was fun. We still have to do
with brown hair.
It's like famous actress with brown hair, famous actress. I forgot what else I would type. That was our favorite episodes / I don't know what else moments, but we still have to talk about that. Any podcast milestones we've hit in the past year?
We hit 50K on YouTube. Shout out our
YouTube watchers.
Yeah, shout out. Let us know down below, even though you are a YouTube watcher, if you're commenting. Maybe you're coming from audio. Are you an audio listener or are you a YouTube watcher? I feel like, honestly, just analytically, more people watch than they listen. Yeah,
I'm a
thank you for that support.
I'm a podcast listener.
I'm a podcast watcher.
Yeah.
I gotta watch it. Also because I feel like we don't reference a lot of things that need to be like thrown up on screen, but podcasts that I watch reference a lot of things that like you need to watch it because like they're talking about things that like
there's just something about seeing like, well, usually podcasts that like are in person with each other, like seeing them interact with each other in the room like gives a little bit more because you can kind of picture it, like what they're doing. I
would say so the YouTube milestone, obviously we did merch this year. We had our first guest on the pod.
Lots of milestones. Also, traveling to each other's maybe not be a milestone, but feels like a milestone.
No, it was a milestone for you. That's what you need to bring up. You were able to get on a plane and fly somewhere.
We did a Texas episode. We did a New York episode. A couple Jersey ones.
Mm-hmm.
We always wanted to go to New York. And that was a collab
of
episode,
the century.
Too. Yeah.
And when we fooled people into thinking that we got an apartment in New York City. A few weeks after I moved to Texas. That. Yeah. I know. I was like, girl, hey, if that was real, y'all needed to check up on me in that moment.
Yeah. Yeah, imagine 2 weeks after moving states and moving in with your boyfriend, you have an apartment in New York with me.
Hey, not that anybody needs to check on me right now, sitting on the floor of my parents' house drinking grape juice out of the bottle. I don't feel like a real person, if anybody was wondering.
If you're not watching, Destiny has a Christmas tree behind her, all lit up. She has on a pink sweater, a pink and blue striped scarf, headphones, like over the ear ones that look like earmuffs, and a bottle of like juice that looks like a champagne glass. So she is the epitome of like, I don't even know what to say, but the way that your headphones look like earmuffs,
I know.
It's just like perfect. It is so perfect.
The way that I am dressed for outside and inside is crazy.
Like you need to go like ice skating or something.
Oh no, I've tried to ice skate before and that was tragic.
Oh, I love ice skating.
I can't skate.
Some of our favorite moments, I feel like we talked about some, but when I asked you guys had some of the best ones that you remembered that I kind of forgot about. So some favorite moments, again, were the costume reveals. This one I forgot about, but there was at least like 8 of these. When I said that Elevator would be a good baby name, I forgot we did that.
Wait, but that's what's crazy about like, I love like us sharing the listener ones because like we do things that we like in that moment, like we don't know that would be like somebody's like favorite moment.
Yeah, there were so many.
Yeah,
it was so funny.
Elevator. I loved that concept actually, being like, what?
Me
just,
too.
Like broomstick.
I would stand by it too. Hey, Ellie, come here, Ellie.
Oh my God. No.
Oh, hey, what's Ellie short for? Elevator.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I still stand by it. Another one, which it was like my Pitbull love and obsession, like the slow buildup of it, which I feel like you wouldn't understand if you don't listen to this podcast. Like that's a lore of the podcast. When you were reliving, this is one of my favorites. When Destiny,
oh God,
when Destiny was reliving her Katniss cosplay, when she used to braid her hair and go outside and play. Did you ever post a picture of you with Katniss cosplay?
No, I refuse. It's so embarrassing. It's like a picture of me, like, I wouldn't, okay, so I didn't have the outfit, so I had this, like, pink North Face I would put on. Kind of like this one, but a little bit darker. And I would braid my hair myself, because my mom couldn't braid hair. And so I would braid my hair myself, and I got a bow and arrow for Christmas, like a legit one. So I would go outside and do target practice.
It's like some kids are, like, playing hopscotch or chalk or riding their bikes. Destiny's in the backyard shooting arrows.
And guess what song I was listening to? Eyes Open by Taylor Swift. I was like, yeah. You know what? Hell yeah.
Wait, what's that one song? I listen to it all the time. That's in here.
Safe and Sound?
Hunger. Yeah, that one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, that's like one of my favorite things you've admitted on this podcast.
Just close your eyes.
I used to love that song.
I loved Eyes Open because it was like so Hunger Games to me. Mm-hmm. Like everybody's waiting for you to break down. I was like, yeah, somebody's waiting to murder me out back. I need to go shoot my bow and arrow.
Oh my God, I love that you did that. When I was hacked, that was this year. Wait, was it? That was this year? Question mark?
No, that was last year.
Oh, well, that's someone's favorite memory, and honestly, it's not mine, but I'm glad people
but
can get a laugh out of that.
Maybe we finally told the story this year, but I feel like we told that story last year too. But maybe it's like
we may have rehashed it.
Yeah. But that was like the first time that I went to your actual house. That was the first time.
And I took her to the bank.
Crazy that this happened like 10 minutes after I get into Sarah's house for the first time.
I'm hacked. On the drive home, I'm currently like just planning on getting hacked. That was horrible. This one clocked us though. This one says, Can we not forget the forgetting of the DOTEs for months?
You know what? Yeah.
At least it was a memory, a good moment.
I just think for a while, we were just like talking as soon as the podcast started. And so you would see us with our DOTEs. Like we would make sure, let it be known. We would make sure to bring a DOTE. We always had one.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that was it. Period. I thought you were going to keep going. Sorry. We both just looked at each other. This one was another really good one that you did.
Oh, no. Why is this so embarrassing?
When it was the episode of... we were saying if they sent in book couples and we said if they were going to get divorced or married if they're still together. And you said that Bree and Archer are going to live a quiet life. But like unintentionally, and then we noticed.
I was about to say, please let it be known. That was not purposeful.
Yeah.
I caught myself after I said it, and it was one of those things where I was like, I have to leave it in.
It was
like,
too
I have
good.
To.
If you've read Archer's Voice, it's funny. You have to read the book to understand that one. When I surprised you with my Pitbull shirt after I announced my love for Pitbull.
Oh, yeah. That one was a great one. That was an unhinged time in life.
Yeah. I still have that shirt. I love that. Oh, this one was funny. I don't remember doing this, but do you remember when Carnival by Kanye West was stuck in my head? I was like, go, go, go.
Mm-hmm. Yes. But
I had it on my notes to tell you that, so I wrote down the lyrics and I read them out loud.
I do remember you doing that, and I was like, I know what you're saying. I don't know the song.
They also kept saying when I sing into the episode.
I told y'all in last week's episode, it happens a lot, but also I cut it out a lot. I can't tell you. That's why I knew that Tate McRae song was one of them, because she literally, I think for literally 5 episodes in a row, the start of the episode was her singing that song.
I told you
you started this episode, but we weren't recording yet. This was last year, but she goes, in the middle of the night when the wolves but I would start going, in my dreams.
I would come to the episode singing Wolves by One Direction.
Yes, and would be singing.
It goes, in the middle of the night when but Destiny didn't think it was that song, so she starts. It's basically our Midnights issue again. The last one I have is when it was recently when I said the Disney princess movies weren't musicals. I also told you guys I revoked that statement, so it can't be a favorite memory because I never said that.
It can be though because it still came out of your mouth.
Those words never came out.
You were like, that's like a new thing, and I was like, literally the first Disney princess, bippity boppity boo. Like you don't.
Yeah, that was a crazy statement. I guess I don't know. I really have nothing to say.
They're more musical now, maybe.
Are they though? Like I feel like they sing a lot.
More songs.
No, because in Cinderella, when she's like cleaning, she's singing. Snow White's singing all the time. They're all whistling. Anyway, I don't know how to whistle. Yeah, that was like flexed on me. I don't know how to whistle.
I have a few favorite moments. First of all, the one that came to me was my unnecessary and probably might even be, but jury's still out, like one-sided beef with Joe Jonas that I brought to the pod.
Yes, how did that start? Did I say it was maybe the Jonas Brothers concert I was going to? Oh no, his new album was coming out. And he said, "Who's listening?"
I think that is what it was. Like, I was just like, I was like, raise your hand, no hands are up. Like, I was like, no.
That, and also when you said Christian from Magnolia Parks or Daisy Hates was as dry as wallpaper or something like that.
That wasn't that one of the things that Rachel brought up? Did she bring that up on our podcast episode with her? Because she was like, that's something that stuck with me.
It's like a known thing that you said that about Christian. But the Joe Jonas one, I think you said something to me recently about something Joe, and I was like, Jonas? And I triggered you. But I forgot what you said.
That is true. Also me telling everybody, and then you guys going and tagging me on everything to do with, I said I eat rotisserie chickens by myself for dinner.
I forgot we say that on the podcast. I thought this was something I knew.
No, I said it. I was like, oh, I was eating a rotisserie chicken. And then you started laughing, and then everybody in the comments was like, that is insane. And then people started tagging me in that one video of the little boy having the rotisserie chicken, and they were like, this is Destiny with the rotisserie chicken. Like,
I think it was because you were like so excited.
But think about somebody scrolling through the comment section of TikTok and seeing me tag
sees your name. That's another thing. You just have to listen to the podcast to understand why Destiny's tagged in a rotisserie chicken video.
Those were, oh my god, the actual laugh that came out of me when I forgot that I said that about Archer, and oh god.
Favorite DOTE of the year. I know we did miss a few months, but we had some DOTEs.
I told y'all they were there in spirit, okay?
Yeah, we had them on the side.
We had them on our mind all the time. My favorite DOTE, I rock with my Alani's a lot. I feel like that's like the ever-present one. And I think this is my new favorite DOTE.
Yeah. Mine for you is the champagne bottle juice from today.
Oh yeah, I feel like, guys, are any of these podcast moments in this episode going to make it to your favorite? Because I feel like it's been a little bit unhinged.
Just the way you showed up was unhinged.
I showed up broken. Broken inside.
2024 really got to Destiny.
2024 was just like constantly whooping my ass.
It's like you're just getting hit left and right. You
no,
like stand back
let
up.
Let her get up, and I stand up to like defend myself, and I just get right back down.
It's like when you're in the ocean and you go under a wave, but then another one's coming at you after you like get some air. That's kind of what's happening.
That's happened to me before, and that's actually really scary.
It's
Fun
horrible.
fact, I don't go in the ocean.
Really?
I don't. Do you want to
Why?
know? Do you want to know something?
Yeah.
2 stories, and I'll try to tell them quick. First of all, a few years ago, we're in Florida, and we're about to go into the ocean, and my mom and Isaac get in the ocean, and then Isaac's like, oh my god, there's a bunch of jellyfish, and I was like, psh. And then I look, and there really was, like, you could not move without touching jellyfish, whole entire ocean. But they were ones that don't sting. I guess there are ones that don't sting.
Yeah, the clear ones.
They are, right? I don't care, though. I want nothing to do with him. And Isaac's like, get in. And then I'm like this, and I'm claiming up. I'm having a panic attack, and this random man comes over, and he's holding it, and he's like, look, like, it doesn't sting. And I literally, guys, sometimes when my anxiety gets to a certain point, I black out. I look and go, I don't care. I put my hand out. I go, I don't care. You don't need to come show me that these don't sting. I'm understanding. My body's touching them. This just is like driving me nuts. But then what really solidified it was not this past year, but last September of 2023. I'm on family vacation. I'm terrified of stingrays. R.I.P. Steve Irwin. And I literally walked into the ocean.
Alligator. Sorry.
That was not an alligator. It's like the point stabbed him in the chest with the stingray.
Oh, wow.
My family is literally going into the ocean, and I go, make sure you guys are shuffling your feet, because I had just seen that somebody got stung by a stingray because they were just walking on the ocean floor, and it it got scared and it acted out of fear. We're in their home. We are intruders in their home is another thing. Anyway, I'm going, shuffle your feet, and then I'm just...
You saying that is crazy.
I had... Me trying to defend my family?
Yeah.
I'm telling everybody, and keep in mind, this is annoying that I'm saying this to my family this many times. I mean, I'm really going in on it. Like, shuffle your feet, and then so I start swimming. I don't want my feet to touch the ground. So I'm swimming. I'm going to do a doggy paddle. And this man with a net.
It's just like you didn't have to go in.
I know, but my family wanted me to. So I made it everybody's problem.
Yeah.
And so I'm doggy paddling. This man comes up to me, and he has this little net. And I'm not really thinking anything. I mean, he's right up on me. He goes like this.
No. Was it a whole thing?
He holds up the net and goes, oh my god, a stingray.
No way.
I said, I got up out of that water so quick.
Yeah.
I got out of that water, and I said, I'm never stepping foot back in.
No. One thing about me is I'll go in the ocean, but I don't want to know there's fish around me. I don't want to know what's underneath this water around me. Because usually in Jersey, the water's, like, not that clear. You can't really see what's going on underneath you. So as long as I'm, like, ignorance is bliss when I'm in the ocean, just don't tell me. But if you tell me there's, like, something swimming around me, like, I'm out. Like, I don't like it either. It's not happening. When I was younger, we used to go on vacation every year with my family and my dad. And then would go snorkeling. And I would stay on the boat with, like, the worker.
Of course.
And he'd let me feed the fish. Because I'm just terrified of sea life. There's too much out there that we don't know.
There's too much out there. Only however much percent of the ocean has been explored. So that's none of my business. But also, have you ever been jet skiing in the ocean?
Yeah, I love jet skiing. You don't like jet skiing? Yeah.
No. And I've been doing it since a young kid, just constantly doing things I don't want to do. If you've noticed, I tend to put myself last when it comes to pleasing other
Destiny
people.
does. Yeah, the things Destiny does for her family.
Yeah, and so I remember being a child that this first thing happened to me, and me and my dad are on the jet ski, and I'm in front of him. Since I was so small, I wasn't going to be able to, like, go behind him, so he has me in front of him. And if anybody's been on a jet ski, there's, like, this, like, part that's right here that's the steering wheel. And my dad's hitting the waves, and you can't really hear each other out there. And I'm kind of trying to tell him, like, he can't hear me, though. I'm, like, trying to tell him, like, I'm a little scared.
You're just talking to yourself.
Yeah.
You're like, slow down, slow down. He doesn't hear you. Faster.
No, he doesn't hear me. And he thinks I'm having the time of my life.
Yeah, he thinks you're screaming for joy.
We hit a wave. I smack my head on the thing on the steering wheel. I pass out.
No! Oh my god.
And then my dad accidentally flips us over, and I come to in the middle of the ocean.
Oh my god.
The deep blue, like, the water almost looks black, like you can't see.
That is not good.
My dad's over here, I'm over here, but if you guys don't understand, I have a life jacket on that's so big, like, you're not going under the water. So just the shock of the water. And I come to, and my dad never even realizes that I had passed.
He thought you were having so much fun.
He was like, oh, she's so chill.
That's like Chris's family. They do, like, water sports when we're in Ocean City, and they started doing jet skiing now. It's, like, on a bay, but they used to do the tubing, where they, like, hook up the big tube to a boat, and then the worker will go, like, fast, and the goal is to get you to fly off. Hate it, but I would go on. And you're holding on for dear life, and as soon as they hit that one wave, and you go flying and hit the water, like, it hurts. It does not feel good. But people love it.
Have you ever done banana boating?
Once. That is one thing we'll never get back on. Ever. No. I did that when I was younger, too. I was little.
I did that one year, and Isaac, it was with Isaac and his family, and we were on it, and he was trying to throw people off multiple times, and I was just holding on for dear life. I was like, I wish you would. I wish you would try to throw me off of this.
We went, it was like me, my stepsisters, and my brother on the banana boat, and my brother was just like Isaac. He would tell the worker, like, gun it, like, go fast, we want to fall off. And I was like, no, I don't. I fell off once. I couldn't get back on the boat. Like, it was so hard because I was just so little.
And so humbling.
Never again. Just cried.
Trying to get back on that boat. Trying to use all your upper core strength. And
I have none. I'm in a life vest. Like,
yeah. It's just not my best moment at all. Yeah. So, long story short, I not hate the ocean, but I refuse to get in it.
Understandable. What were we talking about?
I don't know.
Where did that come from?
So scary. I don't know.
Oh, favorite dote. Mine is when. Do you remember when I made you? Yeah. How did we get there? Someone tell us. My favorite was when I made you guess my dote, but it was a smoothie. And I don't know how you would have guessed that, but I had so much fun making you guess.
No, she was like, it's not something I've ever had on here before. And I was like, I don't know. And you're like, it's a smoothie. I was like, awesome.
That was fun.
You know what? Hell yeah, let's rock with some smoothies on the pod.
It was a great smoothie. We have our personal roundup. Give me time to scroll through all of my notes from this year because I didn't even update my goals from January. I didn't even look at them, honestly. I don't really remember which ones I talked about on the podcast, so I guess we'll just go through.
Either.
Go through some of them. Okay. I guess we could start with, did we talk about personal and work ones?
I can't remember if we did, but if we're open to doing it now, I guess we can.
I got a couple. So my first one was waking up earlier on weekdays, and I definitely have been doing that.
Slay.
So that feels great coming back on this roundup. And you? What's your first one?
Mine was clean my room every Sunday, which honestly, I clean my room pretty much every day. So not to flex, but I do that also
goal out of the park.
Knock that one literally like that's a home run for sure. But also, I do Sunday resets every week, so I clean like the whole house and stuff.
My next one was no phone first thing when I'm up. That is.
Oh, okay. Tell everybody how that's going.
Hey, that's quite literally the first thing I do when I open my eyes. I can't break it. I don't know why.
Sarah has already, her body is like starting up, like to wake up for the day, and she already has that phone in her hand.
Yep. Sometimes I fall asleep with it like next to me, so it's like in reach, perfect reach.
Thank God.
Yeah. So this one was a fail.
Well, I had don't scroll through socials until 10 a.m. And honestly, I stuck with this for a majority of the year. I would say probably like for half of the year, I didn't get on social at all until 10 a.m. or later. And then kind of that second half of the year, I really got into like a bad for like a few months where I just like nonstop was on social media, like just doom scrolling. Mm-hmm. But now I don't really scroll on social media at all. Not to flex.
My next was to try not to work on weekends, which I was doing a good job of. And I feel like I still do, like if I'm... Well, no, I guess I failed that like as the year went on. I definitely work on weekends. But I think I choose not to if I have something else to do. If that makes sense. Like if something comes up for me to do.
You make a New Year's goal and it's very, what's the word you want to say? Like it's very out there. But then sometimes you may find a happy medium like that where it's like, okay, I don't need to like fully give it up, but as long as I'm prioritizing doing something else.
Yeah. It's like if I had the time to work, I'm going to use the time to work.
Yeah.
I didn't do it all the time.
I have verbally tell people you care about them.
Aww.
Yeah, didn't do good at this one.
You told me.
Yeah,
period.
but when I try to tell people something sentimental like that, it like chokes me up where I look like I'm about to cry, but it's literally just so hard for me to like tell people. But I do feel things so deeply for people that it's just
you
so
show them in
hard
other ways. That's okay.
Yeah, but I just like, because, you know, like sometimes it's like everybody has their love language, but it's always nice to hear that somebody, you know, so that was one of my goals. But
I wanted to work out 4 times minimum a week. Kind of killed that one, honestly. I think I
kind of knocked that out of the park.
Yeah, I think because I found different ways I like to work out in like my classes and stuff. So it doesn't feel like I'm forcing myself to, which is nice.
I had the same thing where I said work out 5 times a week, which that's just my workout routine. I work out every day
just your
during
thing.
the week.
So I wanted to crochet.
So how'd that go? I don't think I ever saw you pick up the needle.
I bought everything in January.
Yeah, I remember.
Been sitting in the back of my closet since. So it's because I tried. I remember sitting down, starting a video, and I was like, good for right now. Don't want to learn anything right now. And then I never went back to it. And then I've seen so many people, like on YouTube, that people that I watched also started crocheting this year and seeing their progress and what they've been making. And I'm so jealous because I could have been there too.
You could have.
I'm going to add that. We're going to...
just scoot that on over.
Yeah, we're going to move that down.
Oh, I had a few traveling places that I wanted to go, and the ones that I went to were Miami, New York City, and Seaside, Florida.
You slayed. Was this year the first time? That was this year. Was that last year?
We went for like a few hours last year.
That was the first time you went, right? That was last year.
Yeah, that was the first time I had ever seen New York City. But this year was the first time that I'd ever like actually like been there and spent time there.
I guess my last one was I wanted to have some plane exposure therapy. Not therapy. Plane exposure. I think I did that. I think
you did. And you
did
just that. You did just that.
I did Florida earlier this year, and then Texas, and then Indiana by myself, might I add.
Yep.
And then Florida again in like 10 days. So go into reading ones if you have any from...
I do have reading ones.
Same.
It's just so humbling. But you know what I like to say? I feel like the New Year's resolutions that I feel like sometimes I get a little carried away. Like I do like subcategories and I'm like here,
Well,
here.
when January comes, you're just so motivated to switch up and do these goals, and then sometimes they're just not the most realistic.
Well, but then, hey, does anybody else remember me picking up running for half of the year, running 10 miles?
But you committed to running.
Here's the thing. When I do get something in my brain, I will commit to it, but I'll do it and then I'll drop it. And I'm like, okay, I've done it.
Yeah.
Like something random. So some of the stuff is like random, where I'm like, Destiny, what? Like, why did you even think about this? Like,
it's hopeful thinking.
But like me looking at my 24 books for 2024, more than half of these, I'm like, why did you want to read these this year? Like, what was like making it at the beginning of the year that you were like, yep, that
It's funny because you just like don't recognize yourself from January.
No, I don't know her. Yeah. I don't.
You want to go first?
Reading goals? Is it reading goals?
Yeah.
My numeral reading goal, is that the right word? I don't know. You guys, give me a break. 125 books I wanted to read in 2024.
So where are you right now? Where are you at?
I think I'm at like 145 or something right now.
So, I wanted to find new authors.
Did you do that?
I would say I did. I definitely have branched out to other authors and also have
shout out book of the month, maybe.
Yeah. Imagine we go into a sponsor. We're not.
We're not, by the way, guys.
But that would have been cool. When you think an ad read is cool.
But that would have been really cool if we could have done that transition into that. This is where it gets really humbling for me. Like I really started off like, we're killing it. Read 10 classics.
Mm-hmm.
I read one.
One is better than none.
Yep.
Okay, I have listened to more books.
And you did just that.
I did. I utilize Spotify, audiobooks, Audible, Libby. All those listening apps have got my hours in, for sure. Which is fun.
That is great and amazing.
Thank you.
I said read 10 nonfiction. I'm trying to remember how many I've read. I feel like I've read like around six, I think.
Yeah, I feel you read a good amount of nonfiction. I said I didn't want to force myself to read a book if I'm not enjoying it and I know it can't be higher than like max a 3, which I will say I did that. I've definitely DNF'd more this year, or at least a soft DNF, than any other year. But there are some that I pushed through that weren't very highly rated, but like not a lot, which I feel like is nice.
Just being intuitive.
Yeah. I mean, like
working that intuitive muscle.
Yeah. Do you have any other ones?
Yeah, unfortunately, none of them I did. I said complete 30% of physical TBR. I don't even know how much I completed of it, honestly.
That's some math you have to do.
Yeah, that's some math. I'm not doing it right at this moment.
I tried to only read I wanted to try to only read books for my physical TBR. I feel
like you didn't buy a whole lot of books.
No, I think this was like probably the least amount of books I bought in a year, but I also wanted to buy books only if they were like a new release or like continuing the series, and I definitely didn't do that.
Oh, and no, like my next one is only buy 5 books a month.
Hey, another wishful thinking moment.
Well, honestly though, lately, I would say probably since, I don't even know, I have not went book shopping in literally, the last time I went like big book shopping was when we were in New York City. I have not even done anything like that since.
But I've been trying right now, really trying to read books that are on my TBR or like finish series, which I wanted to do. Yeah. And then I wanted to finish up series from years ago or last year, but I feel like I just added more on.
And you know what? That just happens. That happens.
It does. Right now I'm working on that. So yours not over. I'm working on this one.
She still got time, folks.
Give me a week.
My last one was have 10 5-star reads, and I think I have 9.
So. You've got time. Let's get one more.
I know. I'm trying, everybody. I'm trying to find a 5-star read before the year's over.
How many 5-star reads did I have this year? Now I'm curious. Will it say in my reading challenge, can I like put them?
I don't know if it shows you. I just was tracking it on Notion. So I just counted how many I rated 5.
7?
Yeah.
I only have 7? No way. 7 out of all the books I read. 3, 4, wait, maybe 8. Around there. So
somewhere around there.
Yeah.
If you guys tune in for her wrap up, she'll know it by then.
Yeah. Let us know your goals, if you met your goals, or if you failed your goals, if it's personal or reading, and all of your favorite moments or episodes, or even in everyday life. What was your favorite thing this year? Please let us know. And don't forget, we will be reading Fear the Flames in January, so come along with us. And our first episode coming back after our break, I believe, is the 2nd Thursday of January, if I'm not mistaken.
Is it the 9th, off the top of my head?
Yep, it is the 9th, January 9th. We will see you. So we hope you have a wonderful holiday, a wonderful New Year's. Get in those reading goals, get through that reading challenge.
I'm very interested to see what you guys have to say about your past year.
Yeah, let us know how this year's been. And thank you for spending it with us. Thank you for coming and listening to us. We had such a great year.
We had such a great year because of you guys.
We love you.
We love you guys so much, and we'll see you next year.
We'll see you next year. Goodbye.
Bye.